Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make a clutch compressor tool to remove the spring out of the primary. You might get an idea or two of how to use this application for a secondary. So I'll show you how it works. What you can do is you can get a piece of 12-inch rod or 15-inch. It doesn't really matter as long as it's long enough. Minimum 12-inch. So I have this one here because I didn't really feel like getting the grinder out. This should work for most clutch designs. So I just have this long trigger here, but it should work, and you'll see if it doesn't. Might even get a good laugh out of it. So this is really not much. You get a rod like the threaded rod, and you get a bolt here, not a bolt, a nut here, and all you need then is a couple of washers. So let me get this out and we'll get our two washers on here. What I have here is a big washer. It's pretty thick. This is actually off a tractor, so it's pretty big, and a smaller washer. Okay, so if you can find the right washer, it won't be much bigger than this, but it'll be big enough to fit over here. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to get it in the vise. You want to clamp it as tight as you can. As tight as you can possibly get it. Take your big washer, obviously put it on first. If you only have one washer, that's okay, as long as it's big enough and strong enough. Perfect. Alright, so something about these springs, they are very dangerous. If you don't know how to handle them, they can possibly be fatal. So just be careful when you're dealing with them. Get that screwed back on. Thanks to editing, you won't have to watch this. Mosquito, got it. Okay, so what I have is, unfortunately, a jammed ratchet, an extension for the jammed racket, and screwdriver. This is all in a ratchet kit. I also got this here. This will plug into the ratchet end, like that. And goes onto the ratchet like that. Take your bit, slide it in, and you're ready to go. Anything that can take, like an Allen wrench even, could probably work for this. Okay, so then you loosen the next one. Just like that. They're not too tight, just that when you know to put them back. When you put them back, it doesn't hurt to use Loctite either. There we go. Now because this is jammed, I will now switch this out. These are not my tools, these are my buddy's tools. I'm over here using his vise. I don't have a vise at the moment. So then you take all three bolts out. Now I just hope that doesn't give. Now, that's not all that is on here. There are three little washers that are on here. 2, 3. Just keep in mind, because you don't want to lose those. Helps keep it all together. Alright, now's the funny part. Alright, this is where this system comes in handy. Alright, so what you're going to do, you're going to loosen this off. Spring holder isn't coming off. So if you haven't noticed, since my stuff doesn't work, if this does happen to you, little taps, okay? You don't need to go hitting it as hard as you can. Okay, so now that's looking good now. These springs are very explosive. They can kill. So if you don't have very much experience with mechanics and stuff like that, I don't recommend you go messing with this, and you bring it to someone who can properly do this safely. And just like that. Alright, open that off. Take the washers off. Take your helix off. There you go. Alright, you're going to want to be careful with all the parts. Make sure nothing falls out. Make sure you don't lose anything. The spring comes out. See, this is a very stiff spring. You're not just going to want that just to blow everywhere. This bushing. Now this is an important part when you take this out. When you go to put it back in, you want to make sure that this part here, the ring part, is facing up. That's what holds the spring. So yeah, then you take that off. My overly long threaded rod here. There, so this clutch has not been taken apart in a few years. I bought mine secondhand, and it wasn't too hard. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And you can see, it is that easy. Now, clutch compressing tools will run you a good amount of money. I've seen some from anywhere from 50 something to in the hundreds. Okay, I don't know why they're that much. The rod was, I think, $2. The washer, well, I got the washer for free, but they're not very much. And the nut, well, nut's a few cents. So, you know, it's a lot better than doing the whole expensive thing. But if you want to, you can. They're very nice tools. They're nice to have. But you can achieve the same thing with one of these tools. So, I hope this helped. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time. KP Danger 1 out.